Hello everyone, welcome back to Antwell the Comic Geek. Today we have top 10 superhero origin stories. I know a whole lot of superhero origin stories, and yeah, it's really cool how it motivates them into becoming the hero. Without further ado, let's get into this.
Every superhero has to start somewhere. I mean, you don't just start wearing tights and capes for no reason at all. Well, maybe you do. Anyway, welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 superhero origin stories.
That wasn't so bad.
That was penicillin.
For this list, we're looking at comic book superhero origin stories that are especially influential, unusual, or just plain cool. And no villains, that's for another list.
And 3, 2, 1.
Number 10, Wonder Woman.
I love her origin.
How many superheroes can claim that they were created from a clay statue and given life by Greek gods? Growing up on Amazon, Princess Diana enjoyed the benefits of living a secluded life among immortal women. But when an American pilot crash lands on their island, a whole new world opens up to her.
Now we part ways, Steve Trevor. I've work to do.
Hold on. Maybe I can help.
After she won the right to return the stranger to the outside world, she chose to start a new life there. Man's world needed the message of peace and justice she brought with her in her new guise as Wonder Woman. Number 9, The Punisher. Frank Castle was a United States Marine with an affinity for getting the job done, and for the weapons to do it properly. While on leave in New York, he took his wife and children to Central Park, but they did not have a good time. The Castles unfortunately found themselves witnesses to a mob hit, and the gangsters didn't want no witnesses, see? Frank survived, but his family didn't. Wrong move, bad guys.
Oh! Yeah.
Naturally, he wanted justice, but the police were in the mafia's pocket. So Castle puts on a costume, grabbed some of those weapons, and brought vigilante justice to a whole new level.
You know what I think you, hero? I think you're a half measure. I think you're a man who can't finish the job. I think that you're a coward. You know the one thing that you just can't see? You know you're one bad day away from being me.
Number 8, Captain America.
Everybody loves Captain America.
In the days leading up to Americans' involvement in World War II, a plan was needed to battle the Nazi spies on the home front. 98-pound weakling Steve Rogers was chosen to be the subject of a super-secret super soldier project.
I am looking for qualities beyond the physical.
Do you know how long it took to set up this project?
Injected with an experimental serum, Rogers became a muscled and agile fighting machine. Unfortunately, a spy not only killed the creator of the serum, but also destroyed all traces of the serum itself. Now the only beneficiary of that serum, Steve became Captain America, a symbol of the ideals America would soon be fighting for.
I have seen the future, Captain. No flags. Not my future.
Number 7, Wolverine.
The lab is expecting us.
Now everybody loves Wolverine too.
No thanks. I've had my fill of labs.
While most of the X-Men have interesting origins related to the discovery of their mutant powers, Wolverine's story is definitely the most fleshed out.
Son.
What are you?
When his adopted father was killed by his birth father, John Howlett's anger brought forth his mutant abilities consisting of bone claws and the ability to heal from almost any injury. The healing power kept Howlett young throughout the decades and helped him pull through some seriously messy fights. He eventually became part of a secret government program, which used a painful procedure to fuse his bones with adamantium, making both his bones and claws almost indestructible. Wolverine eventually joined up with the X-Men, and the sales figures speak for themselves. Number 6, Daredevil.
You can make sense out of all of this?
I'm starting to. Here, dot in the right corner, that's a C. Upper left, A.
One of the few Marvel heroes with a secret identity, Matt Murdock is a lawyer from Hell's Kitchen.
You're supposed to be doing your homework.
Got it done first.
All of it? I want you to finish up before you go to bed.
Matt's father, a boxer who had seen better days, wanted Matt to get an education and make something of himself.
I can't see!
An accident with some chemicals rendered Matt blind, but they also heightened all of his other senses, more than compensating for his loss of eyesight. After his father was killed by the mob for refusing to throw a fight, Matt decided to fight crime and clean up Hell's Kitchen. By day, he was the blind lawyer Matt Murdock. By night, he was Daredevil, the man without fear. Number 5, the Fantastic Four.
My research suggests that
haven't
exposure
seen
to
them
a
in a
high-energy
long
cosmic
time.
storm, born on solar
Are they
winds,
making
might have
Fantastic
triggered the
Four
evolution of
comics
early
anymore?
planetary
Are
life.
they?
Scientist Reed Richards' admittedly lofty dream was to explore space. With buddy Ben Grimm, fiancée Sue Storm, and Sue's brother Johnny, Reed piloted an experimental manned rocket into space. After being bombarded with cosmic rays, the four found they had developed unusual abilities. Reed could stretch his body like a rubber band, while his wife Sue could turn invisible and project force fields, while Johnny could burst into flames and fly.
Now picture that, but everywhere.
Ben definitely got the short end of the stick, and his body was permanently transformed into stone, although he became extremely powerful. The quartet banded together as the Fantastic Four, and overnight reversed the financial fortunes of an ailing Marvel Comics.
25% of $1 billion is enough to keep the lights on for a while, isn't it? Maybe even pay off your fourth mortgage on the Baxter building.
Number 4, Iron Man.
عاوزك تعمل لي صاروخ جرب.
He wants you to build a missile.
اللي انت كنت بتعرضه على الناس.
The Jericho missile.
Tony Stark had it all: women, money, and genius. But his charmed life took a nasty turn when demonstrating his new microtransistor technology in Vietnam, which, as you may know, was later retconned into present-day Middle East. Stark was injured in an explosion and ended up with a piece of shrapnel dangerously close to his heart. Taken prisoner by rebels, Stark is held hostage and told to engineer weapons for the communists to use against the United States. Stark pretended to work for his captors, but instead, he created a suit of armor that protects his heart from the shrapnel and gave him great power.
My turn.
Using the suit to escape, Stark started a new life as a superhero, eventually going on to form the Avengers.
Good move.
Mr. Stark.
Captain.
Number 3, Superman.
This is all
I know Superman, man.
All I can say.
That's the #1 origin.
Kal-El.
Who doesn't know this story? With his home planet Krypton facing destruction, baby Kal-El was placed in a rocket and sent to Earth. Once there, a kindly elderly couple, the Kents, raised him as their son Clark. The yellow sun of Earth gave the boy powers beyond imagination and made it clear to the Kents that their son was indeed someone truly special. Clark took on the guise of a mild-mannered reporter for the Daily Planet, but he sheds this disguise to fight crime and save the Earth as the one and only Superman.
Well, I certainly hope this little incident hasn't put you off flying, miss. Statistically speaking, of course, it's still the safest way to travel.
Oh, and technically, he gave birth to the entire superhero genre along the way.
Hey, it's Superman!
Number 2, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man is one of my
Drama
#1
is well
superheroes.
expressed in the story of Peter Parker, a nerdy student who is the butt of derision by the cool kids. Bitten by a radioactive spider, Parker found himself gifted with enhanced strength, the ability to climb walls, and a handy-dandy spider sense that let him know when danger was near. Parker's initial reaction to his new powers was to earn money by fighting in a wrestling tournament.
Hey, Freak Show! You're going nowhere! I got you for 3 minutes! 3 minutes of playtime!
When a thief ran past him, Peter didn't bother to get involved and regretted it when that same thief killed his beloved Uncle Ben. From that moment on, Spider-Man vowed to use his awesome powers for good. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
I know who that is. Deadpool. Hulk. The Flash, the Silver Age one. Doctor Strange. Come on. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yes, I knew they were gonna put that on.
Number 1, Batman.
What's this?
Leverage.
It's Batman!
To get things moving.
Everybody loves
Who
Batman.
are you?
Someone like you. Someone who'll rattle the cages.
Billionaire playboys who become heroes, like the Green Arrow, got their influence from The Dark Knight. As a young boy, Bruce Wayne saw his parents brutally gunned down in front of him.
I said you were.
He then spent years training to achieve peak physical and mental condition in order to fight criminals like those that killed his parents. One night, while pondering how he could use criminals' natural cowardice against them, a bat flew through Bruce's window. He took that as a sign and became the dreaded Batman, the scourge of evildoers everywhere. It's been told many times, but it still packs a considerable punch.
You finally learn to do what is necessary. I won't kill you.
But I don't have to save you.
Do you agree with our choices? What other superhero startup stories should we have dug up?
Costume vigilante has become the latest internet phenomenon after a Hamilton Park resident filmed the man's remarkable intervention in a gang-related attack last week.
This is awesome.
For more enthralling top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
Live bats, lost away.
That's frightened me. This time my enemies shared my dread.
Okay, I knew Batman was going to be number 1. I had a feeling. I had a weird feeling inside. Anyway, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the video. Hope you guys liked the video. Put a thumbs up on the like button. And I'll see you guys later.